Archangel Michael says, I am giving you final chance to receive $35 million. This time will not come again. If you don't open this message before 8 p.m., you won't receive the money. Open it right now. Archangel Michael says the hour has fallen open like a door, and you are being called to step through. The message is urgent, the window is narrow, and the invitation is real. The choice you make in this moment will echo far beyond tonight. The promise sounds unbelievable to tired ears, yet your spirit recognizes the ring of truth. It has waited for a sign that cuts through fear and fatigue like a sword. It has asked for a clear path and now watches the clock with steady breath. A figure of light stands behind this vow. Not to terrify but to guide. Every second had been preparing you to receive what others dismissed as impossible. You are not late yet, but the hands keep moving. Beneath the surface of your day, a river of favor has been carving its channel. It shifts stones of delay and sweeps doubt into the sea. It knows exactly where to carry you if you choose to enter. Tonight is more than a deadline. It is a consecration of your destiny. The words have weight because your life has weight, and heaven counts it. The door is open until it isn't, and you already sense the edge. The figure says your name with patient strength, and the room adjusts to the sound. Your heartbeat takes a confident rhythm. Remembering why it started, your breath returns to you unbroken, prepared for the leap. There is an inheritance reserved for courage, and it measures more than numbers. Still, the number stands as a banner so your eyes won't forget the scale. 35 million is not exaggeration. It is assignment-sized provision. Provision answers assignment, and assignment anchors identity. Without the work you were born to do, resources lose purpose and drift like leaves. With purpose blazing, resources gather themselves into a disciplined flood. Time tests the sincerity of desire, and this seething is a pure test. The test is not set to fail you. It is designed to reveal you. Inside the test lies a key that fits your name only. Archangel Michael says this is the final chance for this precise arrangement. It is the culmination of petitions you whispered when the house was quiet. It is also the reward for kindness you chose when no applause was expected. You were never overlooked by heaven, even when people looked past you. Invisible hands have been rearranging visible outcomes on your behalf. Hidden help has been steadily building the bridge that now reaches your feet. When a promise arrives, it often disguises itself as responsibility. Responsibility is the vault where promises stay safe and multiply. You are ready to carry what would have crushed you 5 years ago. There will be voices that minimize tonight because they are afraid of tomorrow. They will call wisdom by the name of luck and diligence by the name of chance. Do not borrow their smallness when your calling requires breadth. Your path has not been mistake-free, yet it has been miracle-rich. Even detours became classrooms, and even losses were seed. You learned to read the language of closed doors and the grammar of new ones. You survived rooms where your worth was negotiated like a price tag. You endured conversations that tried to shrink your future to someone else's comfort. You walked out with your soul intact and your vision alive. The invitation now meets the survivor in you, not the victim. It honors the lessons without keeping you chained to them. It turns scars into instructions engraved in light. Think of the doors this provision unlocks for people who carry your last name. See kitchens refilled, debts dissolved, and futures that no longer bargain with despair. Watch the family tree adjust its posture because the roots finally drink deeply. Your work will hire the overlooked and train the willing. Your table will stretch wider, and the candles on it will never burn out. Your city will feel a new warmth it cannot quite explain. The figure of light sets down 3 pillars before you. The first is integrity, because abundance without integrity becomes a storm. The second is wisdom, because hiring, building, and stewarding require a steady hand. The third pillar is generosity. Not as a show but as a habit. Generosity rakes scarcity's moise and keeps abundance breathing. It reminds you that you own nothing and steward everything. Tonight asks for agreement, and agreement is an action, not a mood. Agreement uses your mouth, your mind, and your motion. Agreement turns a promise into partnership. Archangel Mitchell says you are already closer than you realize. The hinges have been oiled with your perseverance, and the lock has learned your name. The door swings not by accident, but by appointment. You will feel a peace that doesn't match the urgency, and that is your sign. Not every countdown is panic. This one is precision. Precision arranges the right people, the right signatures, and the right hour. Notice how your shoulders drop as you read, because burden recognizes relief. Notice how your vision clears, because chaos recognizes order. Notice how your courage rises, because purpose recognizes home. There will be practical steps disguised as simple obedience. Answer the call that rings inside, and align your day to your destiny. Put your plans where your faith already lives. You are not chasing money. You are embracing mission. Money does not define you. It follows you when you walk in assignment. It becomes structure instead of master and tool instead of title. The figure reminds you of promises you made to your future self. You said you would not leave the next generation empty-handed. You said you would be the one who broke what felt unbreakable. You will partner with builders who love excellence and accountability. You will design pathways for talent that had no map. You will sign documents that release other people's potential. A voice says there is no curse on your name, only a calling. The voice says delay never had permission to define you. The voice says tonight you answer your own courage. Already, the atmosphere of your house shifts. Sleepy rooms learn alertness, and distracted corners become focused. Even your mirror will look back with agreement. You will gather plans that scale and mentors who answer with clarity. You will spend time like a craftsman spends gold. With intentional cuts, you will refuse to waste days the way some waste fortunes. Remember that abundance without order becomes noise. You will keep your calendar holy and your boundaries healthy. You will let excellence protect you from exhaustion. Your hands will bless the work, not burn out in it. Your mouth will bless the team, not bruise it. Your heart will bless the vision, not bargain it away. The hours before 8 p.m. are a sacred runway. Each decision you make on it carries the weight of flight. Your yes ignites engines that have idled long enough. Think about the letters you will write to yourself in 1 year. They will read like testimonies of steady obedience crowned by sudden favor. They will whisper that tonight changed everything because you changed tonight. The figure points to the horizon, and you see a city glowing with possibilities. Schools improved, neighborhoods renewed, and women treated with dignity. You see your name nowhere on the billboards, yet your fingerprints everywhere on the breakthroughs. You will become impossible to discourage because you know where the supply starts. You will become allergic to chaos because you remember the cost of it. You will become fluent in peace because you practice it daily. Everything you touched in faith will respond like a field to rain. Seeds will remember the day they were planted and stand up like a forest. Harvest will come in waves that respect your capacity and extend it. There is nothing small about your life, and tonight is proof. Even if the room feels quiet, the sky is celebrating. Even if some friends doubt, your destiny never did. You will keep record of what matters and let go of what doesn't. You will number your days by impact, not by anxiety. You will stack your victories like stones of remembrance. Because you are ready, the next doors open in sequence. Because you are faithful, the right partners hear your name at breakfast. Because you are decisive, the last obstacles lose interest. The figure of light smiles because heaven loves your courage. Heaven always expected you to arrive. And you did. Heaven always knew you would recognize your hour, and you have. This message does not twist your arm. It strengthens your spine. It doesn't frighten you into action. It frees you into alignment. It honors your intelligence while inviting your faith. The resources waiting for you are already instructed with your purpose. They have your mission written into their circulation. They will flow where you direct them, because you direct them with wisdom. Write the plan in bold lines and step into the lines you draw. Do not apologize for clarity when clarity is a kindness. Do not apologize for power when power is stewardship. Your days of negotiating your worth are over. Your nights of counting losses are replaced by counting opportunities. Your mornings begin with confident lists and end with completed work. Archangel Mitchell says the threshold is here and your feet are steady. The air is charged with permission you don't have to steal. The door knows your name, and the room behind it knows your voice. You will notice help you once missed because you used to brace for harm. You will notice answers arriving early because they trust your calendar. You will notice peace lingering late because it trusts your home. What you receive you will protect, and what you protect will multiply. What multiplies will feed many, and what feeds many will be protected by heaven. The circle will hold because you chose to keep it holy. Stand tall in this hour that favors those who honor it. Say yes with your whole chest and mean every letter of it. Move now with the knowledge that you were always meant to. Tonight the story of your life turns a shimmering page. No spotlight is needed because purpose itself glows. No cheerleaders are required because conviction applauds you from inside. You are not who you were at the beginning of this day. You are who you decided to become at the moment of courage. You are the person this message was written for, and you know it. Close the gap between belief and motion, and the road appears. Close the gap between intention and calendar, and the work stabilizes. Close the gap between calling and courage, and miracles look ordinary. This is the final hour for this specific arrangement, and you are ready. The clock is a witness, not a threat. A promise is a covenant, not a gamble. Walk through the door with your head high and your heart calm. Let the magnitude of the number confirm the magnitude of your mission. Let the humility in your chest keep the treasure unspoiled. The cities you will bless already feel the wind changing. The families you will empower already hear a new song. The future you will build already stretches its shoulders. No panic belongs in this hour, only precision and peace. No apology belongs in this hour. Only gratitude and grit. No hesitation belongs in this hour, only the yes you were born to give. What begins now does not end with you, it blossoms through you. What begins now does not fade by morning, it strengthens by morning. What begins now does not depend on applause, it depends on alignment, so take your place in the story that refuses to shrink. Take your tools that refuse to rust. Take your courage that refuses to retire, the night will remember you as the one who chose. The dawn will remember you as the one who built. The generations will remember you as the one who turned the page. Let the breath you take now be your agreement. Let the step you take next be your signature. Let the work you do after that be your testimony. The figure of light lifts a hand in blessing and watches you move. The room is brighter because your mind is clearer. The city is safer because your heart is stronger. A river of favor runs at your feet and you walk with dry shoes. A banner of purpose flies above your head and you walk with steady gaze. A melody of courage hums behind your ribs and you walk without noise. What comes to your hands will not slip through your fingers. What comes to your table will not rot in your pantry. What comes to your gate will not be stolen from your yard. Your story is not a rumor, it is a record. Your journey is not a riddle, it is a map. Your calling is not a suggestion. It is a decree, the page turns fully and the ink dries on your decision. The door rests open because you honored its time. The promise gets to work because you agreed to work with it. Breathe once more and memorize the feeling of alignment. You will return to it often as your life scales gracefully. You will carry it like a compass inside your chest. The figure steps back, not from you but beside you. Partnership is the new posture and will remain. Destiny does not rush you anymore, it walks with you. You have made your move before the hour closed. You have given your yes before the wind shifted. You have claimed your assignment before the choir sang. Now the world will learn what heaven already knew. You were always the builder with clean hands and a bold heart. You were always the steward worthy of a trust this size. The quiet after this sentence is not empty. It is the thick silence of seeds beginning to split open. It is the hush that comes before applause shaped like transformed lines. From this night forward, you keep the promise active with action. You keep the gift pure with gratitude. You keep the mission radiant with discipline. You will look back on this evening and recognize the exact minute your life widened. You will recall the texture of courage and the taste of clarity. You will honor the door by building doors for others. Stand where you are and thank the ground for holding you. Lift your eyes and thank the sky for guiding you. Then move because movement is your answer and your agreement. This is your hour, your covenant, your turning. Nothing left to stone, nothing left to view, nothing left to boot. Only everything left to build with what has been placed in your capable hands. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Mitchell says the courage you chose a moment ago is already paying dividends in the unseen. Agreements made in clarity move like lightning through heavy clouds. But look still to the eyes alive with speed to the spirit. This evening favors precise action over loud activity. Arrange your desk, clear your mind, and let your calendar become an altar. What you write there will be respected by results. Begin with the blueprint hidden inside your convictions. Your convictions know your real priorities and they never lie about capacity. Let them set the sequence before the sequence sets you. Open a page and title it with the assignment you cannot ignore. Beneath it, write 3 outcomes that would make strangers feel hope again. Those outcomes define the lanes your resources will choose. Call the first lane restoration because broken places long for order. Call the second lane creation because blank pages want the right ink. Call the third lane liberation because burdens fall when the structure is right. Under restoration, commit to removing debts that choke progress. Under creation, commit to building systems that outlive applause. Under liberation, commit to freeing the overlooked from the long, slow drag of scarcity. The figure of light nods when your pen touches honest paper. Heaven moves fastest through people who refuse pretense. Honesty is a highway for hell. Name partners who carry clean skill and quiet discipline. Invite the mentor who corrects without shaming and sharpens without shouting. Gather the friend who loves your purpose more than their preference. Decide how your mornings will guard your mission. Guard them from noise disguised as urgency and from flattery disguised as counsel. Guard them so your afternoon inherits strength instead of scraps. Your afternoons will carry meetings that advance actual outcomes. Let every meeting end with ownership, clear next steps and a time stamp. Make every room you enter kinder and sharper by the time you leave it. Evenings will carry review and gratitude, not panic. Review keeps excellence awake and gratitude keeps abundance humble. Neither takes long when practiced daily. Build a reserve before you build a monument. Reserves keep storms from writing your story. Monuments can wait until your people are safe. Choose tools that scale quietly. A process that respects people will outlast platforms that chase trends. Structure is a kindness to everyone who depends on you. Your name will appear in rooms where you've never stood. It will arrive riding on the reputation of your decisions. Consistency is the courier most trusted by opportunity. Take inventory of skills you've paid for in tears. They include discernment, patience, and the art of choosing the right silence. These are currencies that buy clarity under pressure. When fear tries to enter, give it a task and a deadline. Let it audit your prime for gaps and then escort it out. After the review, peace resumes leadership. People who doubted you will feel strangely relieved. Something in them always wanted you to win even when their mouths forgot. Your impact will free them to tell the truth about you. Your household will sense the order and breathe easier at dinner. Even small children can feel when chaos hath been evicted. They sleep deeper under a roof framed by purpose. Neighbors will notice the steady car instead of the flashy siren. They'll notice lights on at healthy hours and music that sounds like focus. Your block learns that excellence can be quiet. Do not forget the hands that helped in smaller seasons. A single phone call of thanks can redeem a weary week for someone else. Remembered kindness multiplies efficiency more than any software. Set a policy. Promises made at midnight must survive the sunrise test. When the morning keeps the same, yes, it's real, you will live by daylight agreements. Map the first 90 days like a builder mapping a foundation. Milestones will be poured, cured, and inspected in order. Celebrate completion, not just movement. Rideth goyeth with a mitheb abba jeshem. Applicants answer with courage, plans, and service threads, not just grades. your investment produces builders, not only recipients. Fund a clinic day that treats both body and dignity. Let the intake process call people by their strength before their symptoms. Healing accelerates when respect goes first. Support a library of tools, not just books. Lend cameras, laptops, and licenses alongside notebooks and pens. Equipment in the right hands flips family stories. Sponsor internships that pay fairly on day one. Poverty cannot be lectured out of a life, it must be structurally replaced. Payment tells the nervous system the struggle is not endless. Install a mentorship ladder where the help become helpers. Each rung is a skill, responsibility, and a promise. That is at the Vladis Buildus. Write a charter for your team's culture as carefully as a legal contract. No gossip, clear accountability, and fast forgiveness that still learns. Culture decides who stays when perks evaporate. Establish a fund labeled Lung Patients. It pays for research, prototypes, and the quiet years that precede sudden success. Lung Patients composes symphonies while Short Patients composes jingles. Create a threshold ceremony whenever you cross a new line. Speak what the line means and set the ethic that preserves it. Thresholds stay holy when named. Refuse to hire hurry as a manager. Hurry steals craftsmanship and calls the theft necessary. You will move swiftly without surrendering precision. Power tries to bend people toward convenience. Your power will bend toward service. And your schedule will prove it. Service improves speed by reducing rework. Protect your joy because it is your most renewable fuel. Joy tunes the ear to real opportunity and mutes the siren of distraction. Joy is not loud, but it is strong. When critics seek spectacle, answer with outcomes. Outcomes quiet rooms that arguments cannot. Results are the most patient form of persuasion. Teach your hands to sign checks that align with your core. They must never sign what your heart cannot defend. This is how you stay light while carrying weight. Your systems will be tested by success more than failure. You will refine before cracks appear. Build an ethics committee with teeth and tenderness. Give it authority to halt anything that violates the charter. Integrity that can say no is integrity that can say yes safely. Train successors while you are still ascending. Leadership that hoards brilliance creates deserts. Leadership that shares brilliance irrigates regions. Set scheduled Sabbaths for your mind, even if only half a day. Rest restores bravery and accuracy. You will fight better when you sleep better. Do not outsource your gratitude. Write notes with your own hand and your own words. Gratitude carries your fingerprint into another person's storm. Call your parents or the elders who raised you and report the good. Let them hear the steadiness in your voice. Generations heal when they hear harvest in real time. Invite the quiet genius who never asks for a microphone. Give them the room and the runway and let excellence do introductions. Quiet genius builds cathedrals while loud mediocrity paints fences. Secure legal counsel that speaks human. Contracts should protect clarity, not hide traps. Language that anyone can understand is language that earns trust. When headlines come, keep your head down and your standards up. Headlines pass, but standards build institutions. Institutions feed cities long after carers go home. Choose metrics that matter like lives stabilized, jobs created, and time redeemed. track them weekly without worshipping them. Numbers should inform conscience, not replace it. Teach your team to chase root causes, not symptoms. A symptom patched is a Prabhupada spoon. A root repaired is a generation released. When you face a fork, pick the road that preserves dignity for the most people. Dignity multiplies competence in ways math cannot capture. The right road pays its own tolls. License creativity inside guardrail. Artists and analysts will discover they share the same horizon. The city gains color and structure it wants. Establish a crisis playbook that assumes calm. It lists phone trees, alternate sites, and backup roles. Calm rehearsed becomes calm real. Adopt a practice of gratitude briefings before major decisions, and in 3 things working, 2 things learning, and 1 thing to stop. The room's blood pressure lowers and thinking sharpens. Your voice will become a thermostat instead of a thermometer. Instead of reflecting the room, you will set its temperature. Warmth and rigor can coexist when you hold the dial. Bring in apprentices from places with fewer ladders, teach them both excellence and ethics. Watch how quickly they teach you resilience you forgot. Audit your calendar every Friday for drift. Remove anything that flatters ego but starves mission. Add anything that looks small but feeds structure. Open a studio where problem solvers prototype kindness into process, kindness engineered into onboarding, support tickets, and returns. The market recognizes compassion package as competence. When opportunities arrive that do not fit your blueprint, bless them and release them. Not every good door leads to your room. You are building a house with a name, not a maze with applause. Your late nights will lose their panic and keep their poetry. Poetry belongs to builders who care. Panic belongs to rooms that forgot their plan. Make space for the laughter that kept you human. Laughter reintroduces oxygen into heavy meetings. Oxygen keeps brilliance from fainting. Refuse to confuse exhaustion with accomplishment. Exhaustion is often a receipt for poor boundaries. Accomplishment looks like deliverables finished and people still whole. With each new level, revisit your original vow. The vow guards the mission when pressure suggests shortcuts. The vow is the compass that keeps pointing home. Teach everyone under your roof how success should treat strangers. Strangers carry reviews that determine tomorrow's bridges. Success that greets strangers with honor keeps building highways. Keep a drawer labeled waiting. In it, store dreams that require a longer season. Waiting in a drawer is not abandonment, it's stewardship. When storms come, read aloud the charter of your culture. Remind the team who you are in weather. Cultures that rehearse identity endure impact. Document miracles like minutes from a meeting, record date, context, and outcome. Your future self will need these receipts during audits of doubt. Create emergency generosity, money marked for sudden kindness. It deploys quickly and quietly where pain spikes. Surprise relief teaches neighborhoods to trust good news. Guard against the fatigue of constant beginnings by building continuity. Continuity ties year 1 to year 5 with threads of practice. Continuity makes scale feel natural. If a win makes you careless, it wasn't a win. Real victories tighten focus and widen kindness. They never loosen character. Name 3 thresholds you will not cross for any price. Write them on paper, not only on your heart. Paper reminds memory when pressure turns up the volume. Design exit ramps for projects that must end. Merciful endings free resources for fateful beginnings. The team learns discernment by watching how you stop. Your generosity will embarrass greed into silence. It will teach competitors to become collaborators where it matters most. Cities thrive when rivals share a spine of values. Refine your definition of wealth until it includes time, trust, and talent. Money is a member of the family, not the king of the house. The kingdom you're building runs on meaning. Teach budget lines to tell stories. Each line should point to a person or a solved problem. Stories force numbers to carry purpose. Create a tradition where promotions come with mentorship assignments. Authority without stewardship malfunctions. Authority with stewardship multiplies safely. Schedule quarterly low-ego summits with your leadership. The only agenda: what we misunderstood, what we fixed, and who corrected us. Humility learns faster than pride. When a partner brings you brilliance and conscience, move mountains to keep them. When someone brings you speed without soul, slow them with standards. You can outrun deadlines, you cannot outrun consequences. Refuse the myth that scale must flatten soul. Your rooms will grow, and your rooms will stay human. It's the only growth worth keeping. Every door that opens will carry a test hidden in its hinges. The test asks whether you remember why you knocked. The right answer is always service. Your sleep will become a meeting where solutions arrive. Keep a notebook by the bed and greet ideas kindly. Creativity respects people who listen at 2 a.m. without drama. When you give with discretion that protects dignity. An out that's give and tender is. Quiet changes bloodlines. Archangel Mitchell says the momentum you feel now is not a mood. It is a mandate. Mandates travel with their own weather and their own winds. Sail by principle, not by panic. Prepare to be the calm in other people's storms. Your calm will be contagious in boardrooms, classrooms, and living rooms. People work better when they borrow steadiness. Choose ceremonies that remind your soul it is not a machine. Light a candle before strategy, not after burnout. Open windows while you plan, and invite oxygen to vote. The elders you honor will lay invisible hands on your blueprint. Their silent blessing straightens beams you cannot see. Heritage becomes structure when gratitude applies it. Never mock small beginnings. Yours taught you fluency. Fluency and constraint is why abundance didn't make you foolish. You know how to stretch without snapping. Your inbox will swell, but your yes will remain selective. Gatekeeping is not arrogance when it guards assignment, it is accuracy with a front door. Teach your children to inherit responsibility, not entitlement. Invite them into service before they inherit signatures. The mission will meet them as equals when the day arrives. Install rhythms of learning where your team studies excellence outside your industry. Borrow courage from engineers, hospitality from nurses, and precision from pilots. Cross-pollination grows forests. Write policies for how you will handle praise. Praise is a solvent that can dissolve conscience if poured unchecked. Measured humility thickens resolve. When you encounter scarcity mindsets, meet them with data and dignity. Show the numbers, share the plan, and keep your tone kind. Scarcity is often fear waiting to be taught. Your city will slowly change its posture around you. Streets carry fewer sirens and more morning runners. Cafes fill with students who can afford to dream. Ordinary days become sacred when they respect the arc of purpose. Sacred doesn't mean loud, it means aligned. Aligned days fit, even when full. Remember the people praying for someone like you to exist. You are the answer to prayers you will never hear. Let that humility keep your stride measured. When fatigue whispers compromise, let memory answer with evidence, evidence of doors opened and bills paid and neighbors restored. Evidence ends arguments with despair. Travel with a small notebook labeled names. Write the names of people who should be in better rooms. Bring those names into your invitations. The funds you steward will circulate like healthy blood. They will carry oxygen where breath once struggled. They will return stronger because they never stagnate. Mark anniversaries of major decisions with acts of service. Celebrate by repairing something, not purchasing something. Repair turns dates into testimonies. If a day bursts with sudden favor, double your review that evening. Favor accelerates both good and bad trajectories. Your review keeps the wheel aligned. Your legacy is not marble, it is people who stand straighter. It is kitchens with food, schools with light, and parks without fear. Marble gyps people ripple. When doors close that you expected to open, bless them for their honesty. A closed door early is mercy in disguise. You will thank it when you meet the right hall. Anger you're giving to metrics that prevent drift. The goal is not applause. It is outcome. Outcomes deserve celebrations. Applause can wait. Let your smile be the first sign of stability someone sees today. Stability is medicine that costs nothing to give. It can cancel panic in 3 seconds. You are the steward of a tide that knows its shoreline. It will not flood. It will fill. It will not drown, it will lift. Revisit, cordially, what you must stop doing. Stopping is a skill as noble as starting. Both protect your capacity. Keep a chair open at your table labeled New Voice. New voices end stale cycles, fresh perspectives keep rooms honest. When you speak in public, speak like a builder, not a brand. Builders tell the truth about costs and celebrate teams over titles. The room trusts builders because builders pay bills. Your contracts will read like promises 2 years from now. Consistency across time is the rarest credibility. You will possess it because you guard it. Seed new projects with people who remember hunger. Hunger carries creative thrift that keeps budgets wise. It also carries gratitude that flavors culture. Invest in beauty without apology. Beauty is not waste, it is fuel for morale. Beautiful spaces teach minds to rise. Your kindness will become policy, and your policy will become precedent. One day, other leaders will cite your precedents in their own cities. This is how character scales. What began as a window becomes a wing of your life. The wing grows rooms for ideas that once slept on the floor. Guests arrive who were always meant to be family. Continue to honor the hour that started this. Your discipline will prove that destiny wasn't a fluke. Your stewardship will prove that abundance wasn't an accident. The figure of light returns at the edge of your vision with quiet approval. Not to praise loudly, but to confirm alignment. Partners of heaven speak most through peace, breathe, build, and bless in that order. Breathe to stay human. Build to stay faithful, bless to stay free. That cycle will guard your house for years. The clock keeps moving, and so do you. Movement now is music, not noise. Destiny loves rhythm more than rush. You have done what the hour asked. You agreed with your assignment and stepped. The path beneath your feet hardens with each faithful stride. The future turns its face toward you. And it smiles. Archangel Mitchell says your steadiness under pressure is a lighthouse others can see from miles away. It doesn't shout. It simply refuses to go dark. That refusal changes everything about the shoreline. You will build rooms where solutions are daily bread. People will enter worried and leave with work to do and reasons to hope. Hope that hands could hold tends to last. Design your week so that Monday breaks ground and Friday pours concrete. The middle days align materials, mentor the crew, and audit the blueprint. This is how momentum stops being an accident. Name your projects like you name children, with care and expectation. Name Jade character and character Jade's outcomes. When you call a work restorer, it learns to bring people home. Choose a finance rhythm that keeps you unstartled. Weekly reviews, monthly forecasts, and quarterly pruning make storms predictable. Predictable storms cause less damage. Your generosity will be a map more than a headline. Maps outlive headlines because they keep guiding at 3 a.m. Quiet ink changes cities. Place a bell in your calendar labeled First Principles. Ring it before costly decisions so memory walks in the room. Memory saves you from paying twice for the same lesson. Celebrate unglorious wins with the same gratitude you give puppet victories. The morning you fix a small leak prevents a winter flood. That is how wisdom pays dividends. Invite auditors of conscience to visit unannounced. They will find dust your eyes no longer see. Their honesty is antiseptic for culture. Peek the door open for brilliance from beneath you. Power that listens downward keeps its balance. Leaders who only hear applause eventually miss alarms. Your hiring will respect pace over panic. Wreck hiring courts regret patient hiring courts legacy. Teams built like cathedrals don't fall like tents. Design onboarding as a welcome and a vow. New hands should learn not only tasks but the ethic that guards them. Vows keep standards alive when the room is tired. When the work gets loud, lower your voice instead of raising it. A lower tone invites clarity and clarity invites solutions. People breathe easier when leadership does a joke. Create a no-drama clause for every project. Disagreement is allowed. Disrespect is not. This line frees creativity to run without tripping each other. Your strategy will age well because it drinks from the well of purpose. Trend-proof plans wear timeless fabric. Fans wrinkle fast. Foundations don't. Treat every meeting like a sculpture. Chisel away until only the necessary remains. Put decisions at the front and updates in a memo. Sculpted time reveals a beautiful day. Teach your team to escalate your lead not perfectly. Early is honest and rescue-friendly. Late is expensive even when packaged as heroics. When anxiety rises, shorten your horizon to the next right move. The next right move is a faithful lantern. Are enough to walk close enough to trust. You will learn how to pause without losing pace. Pauses refill long distances turn friendly. Long distances love people who know how to breathe. Invite someone you once misunderstood to coffee. Listen like a carpenter measuring twice. Understanding saves wood, time, and relationships. Pay vendors on time as a spiritual practice of honor. Money tells stories about your character when you are not present. Let it introduce you accurately. Arc of chaos by naming it and replacing it with a process. Processes are kindness in systems form. People thrive when the hallway's well lit. Craft the communications covenant for crisis days. One source of truth. One cadence and one place to submit updates. A clear river runs even when the rain is loud. Bake gratitude into analytics by attaching a human outcome to each chart. Behind every bar is a breakfast no longer skipped. Behind every line is a room that sleeps safer. Make room for levity without sacrificing rigor. Laughter loosens knots that data can't untie alone. Rigor then threads the solution straight. Prepare successors who love the mission more than your myth. Myths fade, missions multiply. It's how the work survives the calendar. Your philanthropy will favor builders over moments. Moments celebrate, builders sustain. Choose the people who think in decades and work in days. Teach your team to index decisions to values, not moods. Values are rail lines. Moods are weather. Trains run well in rain when rails are true. When opportunity arrives inflated with flattery, measure it twice. If the numbers wobble, the praise is a smoke machine. Turn on ventilation and keep walking. Your mornings begin with a short meeting between courage and clarity. Courage chooses, clarity sequences, and the day obeys. This 3-minute counsel saves 3 hours. Refuse to let scarcity script your storytelling. You are not begging the future. You are briefing it. The difference restores posture and attracts peers. Not predators. Test each partnership with a small project before entrusting a pillar. Small projects tell big truths without expensive consequences. Truth early is money saved later. Your workspace is a teacher. Keep it speaking excellence, clean lines, clear walls, and tools within reach whisper permission to produce. Clutter whispers delay. Carry a portable ritual for hard days. Step outside. Name the sky. Touch the ground. Replace the spin with contact. Then return with your hands steady. Your courage will not always feel dramatic. Often it will look like sending the email, closing the tab, or editing the plan. Quiet bravery gets most of the building done. When you miss the mark, confess quickly and correct completely. Fast humility turns enemies into advisors. Slow pride turns advisors into enemies. Invest in translators of complexity. They make legal human, finance friendly, and technology merciful. Translation increases adoption and lowers mistakes. Schedule blackout hours where nothing interrupts thinking. Thinking is a deliverable disguised as silence. Productive silence prints solutions. Rehearse excellence until it becomes unremarkable. The goal is not to impress, but to improve. Unremarkable excellence is the best kind. Refuse to let urgency rent space meant for importance. Urgency pays weekly. Importance pays generationally. You are pricing your calendar wisely now. keep a cabinet of templates born from pain. Each template with a past storm tamed into a tool. Tools remember what panic forgets, host quarterly dignity audits at your sites. Walk the hallways like a stranger and fix whatever feels small and sharp. People notice when corners stop cutting them. Put your signature only where your soul can sleep. Sleep is a validator money cannot counterfeit. Rest is a receipt for integrity. Mentor managers to praise specifically and critique privately. Specific praise growth behaviors. Vague praise grows confusion, privacy grows trust even during hard conversations. Adopt a language of we that never erases I. Collective strength needs personal responsibility. Both live happily in mature rooms. Never let novelty bully nuance. New isn't better if it forgets context. Nuance protects the long arc from short-term fashion. Curate a practice of story rounds after major launches. Let every department tell what they learned and who surprised them. Story rounds strengthen cross-drive respect. When you're tempted to prove yourself, remember the work is proof already. Proof shows up in peril, in outcomes, and in lives steadied. Quiet proof outlasts loud claims. Keep a ledger of things you used to pray for that are now ordinary. Ordinary miracles deserve ceremony. Ceremony keeps the heart from amoeba. Your travel will carry a rule. Leave every city with one new friend and one new lesson. Friends open doors, lessons open maps. Maps and doors together make journeys gentle. Practice kind deadlines, firm on outcomes, and humane on moments. Life visits us during sprints, and kindness prevents injuries. Injuries cost more than extensions. Make room for apprenticeships for people we entering after hard seasons. Give structure, skill, and dignity in one bundle. Watch how fast confidence becomes contribution. Your board will value candor as a currency. Reports that hide paying bankrupt trust. Reports that face paying fund solutions. Index bonuses to culture as well as metrics. Numbers without culture are brittle. Culture without numbers is FIDE. Create a small fixes fund everyone can tap up to a threshold. Empowerment loves low friction. Momentum loves solved splendors. The neighborhoods you bless will mirror your internal health. Healthy leaders build healthy blocks. Unhealed leaders decorate problems. If you inherit a mess, don't curse the past, teach a better future. Teaching beats shaming every day. People show up for courses, not courts. Calibrate your yes by checking alignment with the charter, the calendar, and the cash. All three must nod. 2 nods and a grimace means wait. When the spotlight finds you, tilt it onto your team. Shared light removes shadows where resentment hides. Resentment starves without darkness. Write partnership agreements that assume success. Success creates new edges. And edges need early rail. Rails keep celebration from derailing. Train your eye to notice early excellence in shy people. Shyness is often brilliance wearing a quiet coat. Invite it closer and hand it a brush. Keep your personal budget simpler than your organizational chart. Publicity keeps appetite from outcrunning purpose. Purpose enjoys living within means. Offer office hours where anyone can bring a problem or a pitch. Access scales dignity. Eagity scales loyalty. Before you scale operations, scale listening. Listening supplies the raw data courage needs. Without data, courage becomes guesswork. When headlines chase you, write letters to the future instead. The future is the only journalist who never misquotes you. Its article is the life you build. Your capacity will expand without fanfare. One day you will realize your hard from last year is your warm-up now. That realization deserves a smile and a page turn. Standards are the ribs of your culture. Keep them strong and flexible. Ribs flex to help lungs expand, rigid cultures suffocate. Spineless ones collapse. Teach leaders to replace fear-based compliance with purpose-based commitment. Commitment endures when eyes look away. Compliance collapses when the hall monitor goes home. Place a bench at the edge of every big milestone. Sit there long enough to feel what you've done. Then stand with gratitude and walk into the next field. When old pain knocks, greet it with proof of growth. Growth takes measurements honestly and kindly. Honesty and kindness together heal scar tissue. Design shadow days where teammates switch roles briefly. Empathy rises when shoes are traded. Efficiency rises with it. Create last-mile teams that ensure beneficiaries truly receive the benefit. Strategy without last-mile care is a promise left on the porch and the gift to the person. Your evenings will taste like completion, not constant catching up. Compete and sleep steeply at Greenadittersy. Generous dreams return as blueprints. Do not measure your worth against another leader's highlight reel. Compare your day to your vow. Vows keep score correctly. Teach your finance team to love impact language. Impact teaches the ledger why it matters. Ledgers that understand mission count better. When fear returns with a new mask, check if your boundaries need tightening. Boundaries are maintenance, not meanness. Maintenance keeps engines oil. Your technology stack should feel like a teammate, not a tyrant. Tools that empower win, tools that bully break. Replace bullies quickly. Celebrate boring days as victories of stability. Stability is the canvas masterpieces require. Turbulence makes bad paint. Keep your hue illegal, kind, and shared. Humor heals without leaving scars. Scars are expensive to remove. When you mentor, reveal both scars and strategies. People trust wholeness more than polish. Wholeness shows the map and the first aid kit. Your calendar will include hours labeled wide reading. Read outside your lane to widen your lane. Wide lanes host more travelers. Invite accountability to the table before success arrives. Accountability keeps chairs upright when weight increases. Upright chairs save meetings and backs. If a decision breaks someone, revisit it. Breakage means your understanding was too small or your timing too sharp. Fix angles and try again. Keep a pocket rule. If it cannot be explained simply to a neighbor, it isn't ready. Simplicity is silence with inset, not absence of depth. Ready work speaks calmly. Your legacy will be men and women who refuse to choose between compassion and competence. They will be bilingual in both. That bilingual culture becomes your city's accent. Archangel Mitchell says the construction cranes over your life have not come to loom. They've come to lift. Lift beams of responsibility into place with grace. Lift ceilings for the next generation until they become floors. Let your signature become shorthand for fairness. Fairness diffuses rumors and fertilizes trust. Trust multiplies speed safely. Return to your charter when applause tempts drift. Drift begins as inches and ends as miles. Returning early shorten the trip home. Build a ritual of first fruits of insight. When a breakthrough lands, teach it the same week. Fresh insight shared is momentum squared. Keep a bad ideas board to encourage creative risk. Laughter at the board becomes a bridge to a brilliant fix. Fearless rooms find better answers faster. Your patience will be fierce, not passive. Passive waits for weather, fierce builds in rain. The building will be dry before the sun returns. When you sense envy near, respond with mentorship or distance. Mentorship turns envy into ally. Distance prevents sabotage. Both are love in practical clothing. Create a microgrants program for neighborhood problem solvers. Small sums unlock large ingenuity. Ingenuity likes permission more than spectacle. Install rituals that protect mornings from screens for the first hour. Let the analog world prime the digital one. Tangible pens write truer priorities. Your story will be studied as a case of principled prosperity. Prosperity that kept its soul is the rarest metal. You forged it in quiet rooms with bright standards. If a room grows too impressed with you, shift attention to the mission's unmet needs. Needs humble the room in focus hands. Focused hands finish miracles. Teach your people how to exit well with celebration and complete handoffs. Exits done beautifully turn alumni into ambassadors. Ambassadors recruit better than billboards. Design retreats that are brave, not just beautiful. Brave retreats face hard truths under soft light. Beautiful rooms can handle honest sentences. Your courage will be a thermoset for partners' courage. When you turn it up, they step forward. Momentum becomes a group decision. Reserve a journal page titled "We Almost Lost This." List the near misses and the saves. Gratitude grows fangs when it remembers. Keep returning to the trio. Breathe, build, bless. Breeze to center, build to honor the call. Bless to widen the circle. The trio performs well under any weather. A day will come when you tour a campus built by this season's yes. You will touch walls that remember this exact hour. The walls will feel warm because they store people's victories. And when that day arrives, you will smile without surprise. You will recognize the texture of fulfillment from nights like this. Fulfillment feels like peace taking a long, satisfied breath. Carry on now with the same clean fire. The path ahead keeps unfolding at the speed of your integrity. Integrity, like light, never struggles to find the door.